Hello everyone, thanks for joining me on this ticket brokering after COVID video. In this video, I'm going to talk about what you need to know to be successful as a ticket broker and kind of everything else that has to do with ticket brokering and how the coronavirus has really impacted the market, how it's impacted brokers, and what steps you can take to still be successful after the coronavirus lets up and be ready for when events do eventually surge back after everything begins to normalize at least, and we see the market go back to normal. So stick around, make sure you watch till the end of the video because I'm going to tell you, the main steps you can take to kind of prepare for when the market bounces back to a better place, or you can just skip to there if you want to right now. But at first, I'm going to give you an overview of kind of what's happened and how ticket brokers have been affected by the virus. So let's jump right in. So it's a tough time for everyone. But we're here to help. We at Ticketfield, we want to help out our members and make sure that everybody's still doing well. Many people have lost their jobs and their income. Some may not even have a business or a job to return to, which is really sad always. We want to recommend people to make sure they apply for all the stimulus and SBA, payments that you can get from the government. Try to get as much as much of a relief as you can. We might even throw some links for that below for those people who haven't already done so. But what we really can do is try to focus on the things that you can really change or the things you can affect, and try to look on the positive side. So if ticket brokering is new for you, it may be a good time to learn about how you can make your income or supplement your income as a ticket reseller after the coronavirus passes, so you can kind of start making some more money again and maybe have a new business to get started on. So let's jump in. So let's jump in with what we already know that's happened. Without really sugarcoating things, the 2020 coronavirus had a dramatic impact on the live entertainment industry. Almost all concerts, games, large gatherings were canceled. Everything was kind of put on stop for the safety and, to prevent people from getting sick and dying. Of course, all that makes sense. And this is a really tough time for ticket brokers because we rely on these events happening to be able to acquire inventory and then sell it and, make money on that. So many festivals, tours, full seasons, the NBA seasons were fully canceled, but also many were rescheduled. So if you did have tickets for these events already, you should have been refunded. There have been some difficulties with getting refunded, but that's kind of how it broke down for a lot of brokers is you got your stuff refunded back and, you're kind of on hold until events open up again. So on May 18th, 2020, the first major event occurred again. The event only had 229 people, where the normal capacity was 1,100, or about 20% capacity, which is something that we might see a little bit more often as we kind of move forward with events opening up again. So let's kind of jump into what we expect to come as a result of this. What do we see as the next opening stages? So right now it is currently May 21st, 2020. In some states, they're already entering phase 2, where some businesses are opening up and allowing people to come back to work, but with some certain limitations. So CISO, one of the largest event organizer groups in the nation, they have a lot of different concerts, events. They help organize those things. They came up with the 4 cornerstones of the all secure standard. And kind of what that breaks down to is 4 major components of, how we can reopen venues and how we can have people gather without spreading or having too much of a danger to the public. So kind of break those down as we go on, but the main corners are physical distancing, cleanliness and hygiene countermeasures, protect and detect, and lastly, communication. And those are pretty self-explanatory, but I'll dive in a little more. So what we expect in terms of concert is limited capacity. As you can see, this event right here happened. It was a Ticketmaster event. This is the one I mentioned earlier, about 50%. So McCready Travis had his event. Events viewers were also isolated in small groups with the people they came with. So it's a little more, you're kind of staying with the people you came with. You can't really mingle around with everyone, but that's kind of, one of the ways that people might safeguard themselves. Secondly, face masks may be required, not for all events. But for many events, we do expect that face masks to be required, especially when events just first start opening up. Another thing that we expect is thermal readings, test for illness prior to entering the event. These thermal readings are quick. They take like a couple seconds. It doesn't actually even touch your face. and it tells you, hey, there's, this is the temperature. It's the super easy way to know if somebody does have a cold or high temperature, and then that way, they can kind of go and isolate you or, test you further and see, why your temperature is elevated. So these are just some of the safety precautions. Another one is contact tracing through mobile apps. This is not happening widespread yet, but it may happen. We're not sure what apps will do this eventually, but this is a potential one of those things where, they could keep track of how many people have the coronavirus by, self regulating and entering, hey, yeah, I have the coronavirus, and that way it lets other people know that are around you to kind of either stay back or just to know that they've been around that. So that is one of the options. So the time frame, what do we expect for things to return back to normal? There is no universal time frame. A lot of the decisions are actually left up to each individual state, so it's rough to give a flat out expectation. But right now, if we had to estimate, we expect things to be to return back to semi-normal operation by September. There's still new data coming, and hopefully we won't look back at this and think, hey, things didn't open up that early, or maybe things opened up, as early as July. But we're shooting for September, and many ticketing companies are expecting either Q4 of 2020 or Q1 of 2021, so January 2021. But that's kind of the rough estimate of when things will come back to normal. So, there's still, a couple months of slow, of a slow market that we have to get through here. But this is the realistic time frame. This is what actually is going to happen. So let's keep going. The impact on ticket brokering, on ticket demand and ticket brokering, what do we expect the coronavirus to do to brokers, and how will the market look like, post coronavirus? So as events begin to come back, there will be two major factors. There may be other factors, but these are two massive ones that we feel like are going to have a big play in how events end up doing. So firstly, it's going to be reduced capacity and the continued fear of the coronavirus. So the reduced capacity, of course, a more limited number of tickets will naturally raise the demand for those tickets. If there's less tickets, a 1,000 venue capacity only has 20%. Those 200 tickets are going to be a lot more in demand, and access to buy those tickets will be very competitive and important. So you're going to have to be kind of on top of it. You're going to have to know when those events go on sale, how to apply for them, how to be ready to get access to at least buy those tickets if they do end up selling really well, so that we as brokers can go ahead and resell them. So that's why it's really important to kind of have an idea of when stuff is going on sale. We're definitely going to be sending our members in the member group, hey, this is new events that are coming out. Make sure you're on top of this. So that's one of the main things. The reduced capacity is going to really make those tickets, a lot more valuable, because the few people who are going to want to go, they're going to be really eager to get back out and see their concerts. At the same time, the fear of the virus will continue. Many people will continue to self-isolate, especially those who are older or perhaps have more pre-existing medical conditions. So this, on the other hand, will bring down the demand. So there will be a weird combination of people who are, excited and ready to come out of their homes and go out into the world, go to concerts, go to events, go to sports games. And then there'll still be people who are scared. Hey, I don't want to get the coronavirus. I don't want to, deal with this or give it to my friends or anything. So it's going to be a mixed bag of public opinion. And we think the reduced demand plus, increased demand at the same time due to the limitations, it's gonna be kind of a balanced out event where we'll see pretty solid demand for events just at a smaller amount of tickets available. So we're going to keep an eye on that and kind of keep everybody updated, but that's what we expect for now. So as brokers, or if maybe you're new to ticket brokering, what should you do right now? How should you prepare for the events? What should you do that's kind of going to give you the best opportunity to profit when things do begin to return to normal, and as the isolation and quarantine begins to end. So as things are locked down, there's obviously not much to do in terms of buying tickets and selling tickets. We can't promise, hey, you're going to make money today. Even the best brokers in the world right now are at a standstill. What you can do is learn the market and prepare for the massive surge that is going to come when things begin to open up. So some of the most important things that you're going to need to know is how to pull those highly demanded tickets. And pulling tickets just means, how are you going to get to the websites? how are you gonna pull up your 2 browsers or multiple browsers on mobile, just to make sure that you can buy as many tickets as you can and be there to get them before they do sell out rather quickly. So that's going to be an important trick, and also learn how to scale up the resale model as everything returns to normal. So how are you going to increase and kind of get more inventory and have the right resources to grow and know exactly what tickets to buy on a regular basis. And to help people get started with buying tickets, or even if you're an existing broker after the coronavirus, to kind of help you back into the swing of things, we decided to create something new. It's an absolutely free 3-day challenge or 3-day training session that will kind of explain to you the basics of ticket resale, help you kind of resell your first ticket after the coronavirus, and explain what you need to know moving forward as events begin to open up. So it'll walk you through the whole process of, maybe you're new to ticket brokering, how to get started, and also how to be successful after the virus. And we're going to include a link down below, so you can go ahead and just click that, sign up. It'll ask you for your email and name, and then we'll send you the free emails. It'll be 1 a day, just 3 emails. They're going to have a lot of information, so just make sure to follow that. And if they do go to your promotions tab or somewhere in your email, make sure to move them to your regular inbox. That way you won't miss the one that comes after that. So sign up below, and good luck. We hope to have everybody back and ready to go at it once the markets do open up. Thanks again for watching, and have a good one.